The best PlayStation demo disc ever made. You're making such a claim, Sharka. Can you back it up? Well, let's find out if you can. Roll the intro. Right, first up, I've censored what exactly is on this demo disc on this menu, which sounds, yeah, this is the OPM UK demo disc music, isn't it? But no, this is a demo disc from a magazine called Essential PlayStation, which, confusingly, yeah, was also published by Future and was a sister magazine to official UK PlayStation magazine, but it only had a handful of issues from 1996 to 1999. There was only 12 issues. It seemed to have just... It's a ghost of a magazine. It comes up and haunts you and appears on the shelf and then disappears for up to 6 months at a time. It seems to have been more reviews focused, as well as having some cool special features about studios and things. I actually quite like it. I mean, it looks a lot like official PlayStation magazine, but there's scant information about this. I mean, I went looking for it because I picked up the disc, and this one right here, and yeah, I thought it was an OPM disc, demo disc, but no, it's Essential PlayStation. There's so little about this, and I only found one scan of an issue. It seems to have just come and gone, and I'm not quite sure why it exists really, but it seems to be basically a roundup review of all the we consider the essential PlayStation games of the past year or so, or however, some old classics and stuff. Which is, I suppose, yeah, that's a good idea. Rather than just search through magazines or just have look through review guides at the back of magazines. But it's such a curiosity. But I picked up this demo disc from a bundle of them. The one I'm about to show today, which I do consider, if not the best, one of the best demo discs I've ever seen. Because, especially from a PlayStation perspective, because on this disc, the demos are all playable. There are no rolling demos, which is not even demo 1 could boast that. There are 10 demos, and it's such a weighty thing. It says on the front that the PlayStation demos in the world ever, part 7. So yeah, and this I just had to make a video about this because, I don't remember if I had this. Maybe I did, but this would be an entire weekend of entertainment at least. And it shows you as proof just how valuable demo discs could be. You can't afford a full game, but you can go and spend a £5 in 1997 to pick up a weekend of entertainment. Which, yeah, great. So yeah, we're going to go through these one by one, and I'm not going to tell you which ones are coming up. So you'll just have to wait and find out. No, don't stop. Don't go and look it up. Just sit back and enjoy. Okay? There we go. So here we go with the first one. Roll it, Sharka. First up, we've got Tomb Raider 2. Now, this is quite a nice slice of the Great Wall first stage of TR2. And right away, if you're familiar at the time with TR1, surely you would be, you can notice that things like Laura's Braid there's a bit more fluidity to a movement, the frame rate is better. You can still do that. Of course you got to do that. You got to do the handstand. You also drop flares, and there's really nice lighting effects. I remember this demo. I don't know if it also appeared on OPM UK, but I remember playing this before we bought Tomb Raider 2. It's actually not my favourite game because I find the Venice levels really dreary. I prefer when Lara stays in the tombs, basically. But yeah, this is a really nice demo.
This is Rupture Farms. They say it's the biggest meat processing plant on Oddworld. That's me. My name is Abe. I used to work here. Well, I was really a slave, like all the others. Then I learned they were gonna turn us into lunch. That's when I knew I had to escape. So, get me out of here and help me rescue the others.
So yeah, we got Oddworld Abe's Odyssey as a demo next. This is another one I remember playing. Again, I don't know if it's because I owned this disc back in the day and I completely forgot it did, or it appeared elsewhere, but probably the latter. But again, this is a nice meaty chunk of the first bit of the game, and you can have a play around with the the game speak menu, which yes, we all did this, didn't we? Yes, just admit it. You just admit it, you did. But yeah, this was kind of like a spiritual successor to the cinematic platformer of Flashback and Another World, that type of game. It was a bit bold to be releasing a two-dimensional game, even if it's got rendered graphics and stuff, and there's a bit of 3D depth to it. It was still a bit of a courageous thing to do this in an era of everything must be polygonal 3D. And along came Abe's Odyssey, and then things like Symphony of the Night, and I'm pretty sure that Abe's Odyssey sold better than poor old Symphony in the UK. And this reviewed well, and this was one of my favourite games of the time. Very, very tough, very tough. But this was a lovely sample of the game. Hats off to them. Next up, we have Callisto Entertainment's Nightmare Creatures. Now, I've always thought of this as Castlevania in 3D before there was Castlevania 3D, and I still really like this. It's a bit janky in places, but it's not as janky as you might expect for a 97 melee combat in polygonal 3D and stuff. The camera, as we can see here, the camera actually does a pretty good job of keeping you focused on your opponents, more so than you think you might expect. Yes, you can also just grab over against the wall as well. But I really like Nightmare Creatures. I haven't played the second one, but the first one I'm not sure if I actually owned back in the day. I own it now, but yeah, I think I just played a demo of it. But I still quite like this. It's moody and atmospheric, and there's a bit of almost very early glimmers of Bloodborne and whatnot in here as well, in the atmosphere. Like you might think of PSX Bloodborne now. It was Bloodborne, wasn't it? PSX Bloodborne. You might mistake a screening of this for that. But yeah, this is in terms of demo, this is another meaty chunk. You'll have a good half hour or more of entertainment out of this, and yeah, it's another little corker of a demo.
Felony 1179.
This is a game I know of and I've seen about in my usual haunts, but haven't picked up yet. It's also called Runabout in Japan, if that name rings more of a bell. I think there was a Runabout 3 for the PlayStation 2 released, kind of a almost like a Midas budget release. This is basically a smash 'em up, kind of like Burnout, kind of. But you're given an objective to go to, and you can smash for cash obstacles and the cars on the way, which interferes with some of the pacing as well. But you got some nice vehicles to choose from. Only two on this couple on this demo, and one track, the seaside one. But it's a pretty hefty slice of demo, and it would have been one of those that I would have played loads of, and just seeing if I can get some better times and score. Like, I get the feeling it probably would have stopped me buying the full game, because I think I would have added my fill of Felony 1179 just from this demo. It's a bit slow to get started, and maybe like there's not that much sense of speed. I actually quite like the graphics though. The graphics are really nice. These people here seem much too happy. I don't know what all this jumping is about, whether they're jumping for joy or jumping in terror. I'm sorry, what was that? They were like, Brian, I hear you can do a co-impression. He was like, yeah, boss, I can. Yeah, like he would say, well, can you do one for me? And speaking to his microphone, he's like, oh. It was brilliant. Oh, Rallycross. You were promoted as the Sega Rally Killer. I kid you not, friends. This was... Sony heavily marketed this game as the PlayStation's answer to Sega Rally. It's better than Sega Rally, and it's not. It's so... I actually own this. Partially the novelty. Because, yeah. Why is with those like ZX Spectrum sound effects for the start, and just like the sound effects in general, it doesn't help. There's no music, and there's almost like a surreal quality to the sound effects. How they sound almost like detached, like a different sound quality from the rest of the sounds. So they sound like almost their own thing out of place. And yeah, this was not a first good impression. It's unexpectedly hilarious, and I would have had fun playing this. Just yeah. Doing this kind of thing, but yeah, not the best game and not the best demo really. Right, next up we have BMG Interactive's Spider, the video game, as if this is the official Spider game. This is the official game of all spiders. As obviously you're a cybernetic spider, and you've had the brain of a scientist transferred into your body by science. But yeah, this is a lovely demo of a lovely game, one of my absolute favourite PlayStation 1 games. I'm so glad to have this in our collection. And I remember playing the demo again, probably the same demo back in the day. It's a real gem with some cracking tunes and Bag's atmosphere and some... I mean, just look at this gorgeous lighting and... yeah, there's a lot to like out Spider, and I think you walk away with a good impression, because this gives you a meaty chunk of the game, introduces you to all the key concepts, and just shows you that you should pick this up. And I really enjoyed, just even in this demo form, I really enjoyed revisiting it again. Next up, we have a demo of a game, Lomu Rugby, about a sport I know nothing about. I've never really been into rugby, any form of rugby. I hear there are two types, is it association and something else? But yes, I enjoy gridiron American football, but so I see some tangential links here, but I haven't got a clue what was going on with this. That's a scrum, isn't it? A scrummage, that's it. But yeah, I was pressing buttons and things were kind of happening, maybe, I don't know. So I can't speak if this is a good demo of the game, of the game itself, a good game of sport. I wasn't impressed by the commentary compared to things like actual soccer and actual golf and whatnot, even though it boasts about it in the end. But yeah, I did not walk away from this demo just to try the game itself or learn more about the sport. I was kind of like just left here pressing buttons and wondering what was going to happen. Next up, after the cool spinny disc thing, is a new take on an arcade classic, Robotron X, because yes, it's the 90s, so it's going to be extreme. Now, this is a game I remember owning back in the day, and I haven't played since until this demo. And I really enjoy it. It's a solid remaster, what do you want to call it, of Robotron. And all the elements are there. Now, of course, it's a twin stick shooter on a controller, has no second stick. So, smartly, because of the way the face buttons work, you get directional fire on the PlayStation buttons, which works great. You just push both of them together. So it's implemented the best way you can, and I really actually dig the way the presentation, like the angle. It's almost, and like how the UI is actually part of the play area itself. So it's almost you're looking down at like an old cocktail arcade machine, which I really dig. How everything's like integrated. You got some unfortunate loading, which even though it's demo they couldn't avoid. But yeah, this is a fun blaster, and all the Robotron elements, if you're a fan of the game, are here. And this, in terms of the demo itself, it's another meaty one. This gives you plenty of entertainment. There's enough to last you here for a while, going through all these levels and getting a blast of Robotron fun. I can't help but feel that had I played this demo back in the day, I might have had my fill of it and thought, well, I want like some new games. I want like games that have never been made before, rather than like a new take on an old one. So yeah, it's probably best I didn't play this. Oh, when I saw this game was on his demo disc, I grinned like a fool, even though I owned the full game. But yes, Colony Wars, that blessed owl logo. This is like one of the big games for PlayStation for me. One of the tip tops, and if yes, any demo disc that has a demo of Colony Wars before I bought it back in the day, it would have been an instant pickup for me, because yes, just oof, and thrice off. This is a wonderful game. It's just, look at this lighting, and yeah, Psygnosis were on fire with these games. This era of games, they were making games in the house and just rocking the PlayStation. This is a very familiar mission to me. It's one of the, I think it might be the first one. The first mission you do in Colony Wars. So this was kind of like, yes, old hat, not old hat, Dave Sharka, second nature. That's the phrase I was looking for. You, if you've not played Colony Wars before, as you can see, it's a space shooter, cinematic space shooter, a bit arcadey. You have two types of guns, one that knocks shields down and one that knocks armor down. And part of the game management is to switch between appropriately which ones you need to destroy the ships. Look at this gorgeous lighting. Yes, it's very short, the demo. It's basically just this mission. But I would have played this, and no doubt I did have I can't remember if I had a demo of Colony Wars. Maybe I did, but I would have played this like over and over and over again, just marvelling at there's everything about it. Oh. we come to our final demo, and the lads and lassies at Essential PlayStation said, well, there's your demo of Colony Wars, I bet a demo of G-Police as well. I mean, what the... Just Colony Wars and G-Police demos on the same disc? What the... It's... absolutely wonderful. This kind of just drops you right into a mission, no briefing, no objectives. It kind of just like into a middle of a battle scene, but it does a really good job of just showing what a technical showpiece G-Police was. Unfortunately, there's no music like there was with Colony Wars, so like some of the cinematic nature is kind of like drained away, but this still impresses. I mean, the frame, look at the frame. This is a PlayStation. I mean, given there's like quite heavy draw distance restriction to keep the frame rate high, but just look how much is going on, how much there's like a living city. And G-Police is just absolutely wonderful for being just dazzling on a visual level and a technical one and a gameplay level as well. It's tough. It's really tough. But it's a rock solid game, and this is an absolutely A+ demo, because it just gives you enough to intrigue and entice you about it with this slice of action, but it also gives you you can actually like fly around and explore this little bit of the city on Callisto. So yeah, this is another lovely demo. It lasts longer than Colony Wars and just impresses. So impressive. Right, oof, I can finally reveal the menu screen now with all the games just listed up, and just it's probably hyperbole to call this the best demo disc, best PlayStation demo disc ever, but it's a strong argument for being called it. I mean, they are all completely playable demos, and okay, Genomu Rugby is not everyone's cup of tea, and Rallycross is like, Rallycross, but you can still get plenty of entertainment out of it. But yeah, just so many, like, the amount of like good games on here and great games are just staggering, and there's so much, you get so much entertainment out of this disc, and I'm really glad to have picked it up and be able to do the showcase. I should enjoy these demos myself as well more. And I will say thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, this was a feature-length QuickBytes, and quite the effort to put together. But I'm glad to have done it. It was just like, as soon as I saw this demo on the list of games, I thought, yes, this is gonna be like, yes, this is a QuickBytes idea. I think I said on Twitter as well. Yes, a QuickBytes ASAP, because yeah, it's a great demo disc and a great slice of hype for the time, taking us back to those days. They were great gaming days now. I wouldn't swap them for back then, but we can still experience them and still wallow in nostalgia and enjoy the best of both worlds. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until the next QuickBytes, this is Coffee Hound Retro Sharka signing off.